Okay, sound check 1, 2, 3. South Metro. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon from South Metro Sportsplex in Centerville. This is Kent Jacobs for Dayton Nugs hockey. This afternoon, the Nugs are taking on the Northeast Storm. They emanate from Columbus. The Storm come in at 0-3. The Nugs are 5-3-1. The Nugs are in yellow sweaters with black trim, and the Storm in the either black or navy blue sweaters with the red trim. The Nugs are coached by Tony Morris, and the Storm, there's a shot and a score by the Storm, who was shut out in game 1 this afternoon. And there's a goal right off the bat. And that is scored by Northeast's Jaden Thomas. So Jaden Thomas scoring right away inside the first minute of play. We're mentioning the Northeast Storm, coached by Jeff Christian. And the Nugs won the first game 9-0, but immediately inside the first minute are behind 1-0. And there's a score. And that ties the game immediately. So both teams come out gunning. And that was James Anzano for the Nugs. So both goaltenders are scored on before they're introduced. For the Nugs, it's Marty Kahn in goal, and for the Northeast Storm, that is those stripes. Allen, I believe it's Allen in goal for Nick Allen for the Storm.
That's called 2 minutes on tripping.
And while we're introducing the goaltenders, there's a tripping minor on the Nugs. And there's a kick save by Kahn as the Storm on a power play. And Kahn had to make a nifty skate save, kicking out his left leg to rob one of the Storm from a goal that would give them the lead. So again, this is the second game these teams played today. About 3.5 hours apart. There's a centering pass held in at the left point. Now behind that, centering for a tip. Broken up. Oh, the Northeast Storm, they were stymied for that first game, but they have come out with abandon in this first period. And they remain on a one-man advantage for another minute. Back for the Nugs. Schock clears the puck. Allen will come out of the net to set things up. 45 seconds left in the Storm power play. Nugs come back. John Murrow circles, drops it back for teammate Schock. Schock dumps it in. Allen behind the net to set it up. 20 seconds left in the power play opportunity. The Storm trying to start back. Pass ahead off a stick down the ice. For the Nugs to play it was Schumann. Schumann starts across center. Over to right wing. Into the Storm zone. He lost the handle. Penalty killed off. We remain tied at 1 apiece. There's a Storm player hitting the ice in the corner. Northeast gets the puck to center. The Nugs had to escape the attacking zone. Puck poke checked away, picked up for Dayton by Doxey. Doxey trying to slide it over in front. It's off a stick to the sideboards. Nugs trying to chop it back ahead, and that's up over the boards, and that will result in a face-off. The puck shot over by John Hall onto the bench. And with 10:51 to play in the first period, we'll have a face-off in the circle to the right of Nug netminder Marty Kahn. Dan Murrow will take the face-off for the Nugs. He wins it over for Hall. Hall opposite corner off the stick of Will McDonald. Puck cleared ahead for that is Vondren. But again, we're going to have a face-off as the puck is out of play. Dan Murrow again centering for the Nugs. The Nugs in yellow sweaters, black trunks, and in the navy blue sweaters are the Northeast Storm. Connor Hayes had it for the Storm. Right wing pass, shot and the save. That shot off the stick of Northeast's Nolan Berner. Kahn will hold on. James Anzano for the Nugs. Lost the draw. Storm holds it in. Schumann is able to clear. Up ahead for teammate Anzano. Anzano swung around, dropped it off. Now behind the net. Centering pass in front. And a save by Nick Allen. And he controls the rebound for a face-off. Anzano again will center for the Nugs on this face-off. Puck dropped. Hilkowitz for the Nugs, wrestling in the corner. And it's Anzano fighting for it also. Here's a quick shot, and gloved by knee high by Allen. With a whistle, the two teams will change. And from the face-off, Nugs trying to hold the puck in the Storm zone. It kicks free. Back to play it for Dayton. Circling his own net is big J.D. Schumann. Schumann in the corner. Schumann racing across center ice. Schumann, side of the net. Drops it off. Storm unable to clear the zone. Loose puck in the corner picked up. 8.5 minutes to play in the period. 1-1 the score. Schumann, left point. Dekes out a defender. Pulls the trigger. And he scores! Schumann! He faked out the defender, circled around on that left point, moved in, and a quick wrist shot finds its way into the net behind Allen, and it's 2-1 Nugs. So not even midway through the first period, we're 2-1. This might be a barn burner this afternoon. There's another shot sliding across was Allen. Here's another drive. That from the stick of Amarantos. Nugs hold it in at the left point. Doxey. Max Doxey hits the ice, and there's going to be a penalty and a hook. I believe that was on probably the play that took Doxey down to the ice. It's Riley Bear. Let's see who's heading in. Or it might be Kendall Day. Kendall Day, the penalty. 2 minutes for tripping, or rather hooking. So 2 minutes for hooking. So power play for the Nugs, leading at 2-1. At his own line, Shock. Jackson Shock on right wing. Over the line. Lost the handle. Loose puck. Wound up whacking it down the ice. Out to play the puck for Dayton. Marty Kahn, the netminder. Left wing pass, Will McDonald. McDonald drops it off, but it's cleared right back into the Dayton zone. Kahn to McDonald. Here's big Will McDonald. Looking for an outlet. He hits a shot by Jonathan Shock, blocked on defense. Here's another shot wide. Less than a minute left in the power play. Kahn out of the net, looking for a teammate to pass it to. It's off the stick of Shock and down the ice. Berner plays it for Northeastern. Berner wrestled away from the puck. McDonald picks it up. Shot pad save, Allen. Nugs retain possession. And another shot, and they score! Power play goal for the Nugs. And out of the congestion in front, I don't know who got that goal. Let's see, it might have been Tyler Compton. So we'll give that to Compton. We saw a goalie change in the first game for the Storm earlier this afternoon, going from Kevin Neal to Nick Allen, and Allen has started this second game but is off to a shaky start. I wonder if we'll see Kevin Neal at some point in this one. Back for the Storm is Zach Spaulding. Spaulding lost the handle of it. 3-1 Nugs with 5.5 to play in the period, or it might be 6.5. There's a light out on that clock. Play behind the Storm goal. Nugs trying to get it in front. There's a Northeast player that hits the ice. For the Nugs, John Hall. It's off his stick. Nugs retain possession. Elliot Watrous. Watrous for Dayton. Drops it off. It's intercepted. Flipped in the corner by the Storm. There's a shot wide of the mark. After it for Northeast was Hamilton. Harrison Hamilton. Distinguished sounding young man. Now there's a whistle. It's offside at the Northeast blue line. Clock stopped. 4:37 to play, opening period. And from the draw, play back in the Dayton zone. Burner after it. Picked up for the Nugs, though, by Thomas Bush. Bush along the right wing boards for Hilkowitz. Jacob Hilkowitz slides it to center. Dumped right back in, but icing the call against the Storm. And we'll take the face off back deep in the northeast end of the rink. Puck tied up along the right wing boards. There's a shot from Jonathan Schock that's wide. Loose puck held in momentarily by Schumann, but it escapes to center. Nugs circle back. Ooh, there's a big check into the boards. Schumann lost the puck and then checked, and there's a checking behind the back penalty on Schumann. And he's saying, hey, he didn't. He's questioning the call, but referee having a word with him. So J.D. Schumann heads into the box for a 2-minute checking from behind penalty. Of course, that happened to him in the first game this afternoon, right into the boards head first, and nothing was called. So he's probably saying, hey, that happened to me a little while ago this afternoon. But at any rate, it's a one-man power play chance for the Northeast Storm. The Storm, again, hailing from the Columbus area, comprised of around 10 players from 10 different Columbus area high schools. This is preseason club hockey for these high school players. Their regular seasons will begin next month. A minute 20 left in the Northeast power play. They have yet to mount a charge. Now down the ice comes Hayes. His pass back for Burner is behind him and down the ice. The Storm will have to circle back. Now here's Nolan Burner over the line. He drops it off. Left wing pass, shot, and it's up over the crossbar. Deflected off a stick. Now Burner centering. Kahn has it trapped with his blocker. Now it comes free. Hayes looking to make a play. There's a shot blocked on defense, and coming away with it is Amarantos, but Amarantos checked. And now it'll be Will McDonald who dumped the puck down the ice. 25 seconds left in the Storm power play. Nugs lead at 3-1. And rifling the puck back to center ice for Dayton is John Hall. Back come the Storm. They're running out of time, and now the penalty is killed off. Offside is that play as the Storm enter the Nug zone. So we'll take a face-off on the northeast side of center ice. It's been a wild and woolly first period. From the face-off shot, turned aside by Kahn. Kahn spelled K-A-H-N. Here's a centering pass, and it is right off the mitt of Marty Kahn. And the puck is cleared away. Back for Northeast. Riley Bear, I beg your pardon, Riley Bear. With a minute left in the period, the Storm come back. Bear is checked into the boards. Back is Murrow, and it is off a stick over the bench, and we'll have a face-off with 51 seconds left in the frame. From the face-off at center, picked up by Max Doxey. Doxey, screenshot. And I believe that Allen got a piece of that, maybe with the big blocker. Half a minute to play in the period. Puck intercepted at center by Schock. Schock's checked. Puck cleared back to the Dayton line. Doxey trying to get around Northeastern's Harrison Hamilton. Puck shot in. The Storm zone, 10 seconds left in the period. Loose puck near corner. McDonald tied up. And that's going to end the first period. Well, the Northeast Storm get on the board first. Jaden Thomas, but then 3 unanswered goals so far by the Dayton Nugs, and they lead it 3-1 after one period of play. So the scoring in this first period, very unofficial. Jaden Thomas scoring for the Storm, and then Anzano, Schumann, and Compton are the goal scorers, as far as I could ascertain from this vantage point for the Nugs. As the players, a quick chat with their coaches. And Tony Morris for the Nugs. And Jeff Christian for the Storm. Allen remains in net for the Storm to begin this second period. And from the draw, the Nugs are able to dump it in the Northeast zone. Riley Bear up for Garrett Duquette. Duquette down the ice for Berner. Nolan Berner behind the net, lost his footing. He goes down to one knee. Berner gets it back. Berner has it poke checked away to the corner. As the Nugs try to get it out of their own end. There's a shot wide by Duquette. 1 minute into this second period. Poke check away by Riley Bear. Loose puck picked up by Connor Hayes of the Storm. Storm's Hayes lost his edge and goes down to the ice. Berner for Northeast, digging at it with a couple of Nug players. Puck held in by Zach Spaulding. Shot behind the net. But the Nugs able to tip it out. Now here's a semi-breakaway the other end, and a save by Allen on. And now a couple of players collide. That shot was off the stick of Vondren. Chase Vondren. 8. And from the face-off, Nugs hold it in, shot, save, they score! So the Nugs now lead it 4-1. Thomas?
Didn't see.
Okay.
It's number 5.
Yeah, Thomas
Yes.
Bush.
Oh, yeah, it was Thomas. Yep.
So Thomas Bush with a wrist shot from the left wing circle to give the Nugs now a 4-1 lead. Two minutes into the period. There is a whistle, and oh my goodness, there's a couple of players down. Hopefully nobody's injured. It's Jaden Thomas of Northeast. Let's see, the Nug player down on the ice looks like Thomas Bush. He's up on his feet. I think they're both okay. See if there are any penalties. Looks like there will be, maybe or will there be? Yeah, an interference on Thomas. So Jaden Thomas of Northeast must have interfered with Bush. That's why they hit the ice, and that results in a minor penalty and a Nug power play. Puck rims along the dasher to the near corner. Puck squirts in front, tipped aside by Allen. Now Bush trying to center for our A.J. Lutzy. Lutzy tangled up in the corner with Bear, Riley Bear. He goes down. Digging at it is Lutzy. Bear back on his feet. Bush trying to pick the puck up. Thomas Bush being whacked from behind by Schroeder. And Schroeder is able to get the puck down the ice. A very tenacious Ryan Schroeder now heads to the bench. Just over a minute left in the Nug power play. Working in front, Allen, and a score! A one-time shot, Thomas Bush. His second goal within a couple of minutes. Allen was able to poke the puck out of immediate danger, but a one-time shot by Bush as the puck came over to him, this time in the right wing circle. Bush scored from the left wing circle just a couple of moments ago. So a 5-1 Nug lead, 5 unanswered goals for Dayton. Here's a loose puck coming in on Allen. He tries to, first looked like he was going to try to sweep it away with a stick, but instead decides to cover with the Nugs' Dan Murrow trying to swoop in. 11:49 to go in the period. Well, for the Storm, they got off to a quick start, scoring inside the first minute of this game. But now the Nugs have wrested control, of course, and here's another penalty on the Storm. I didn't see who the infraction was on. I see Garrett Duquette heading to the bench, but I think he's just headed to the bench, not the box. So I don't know who that penalty was on, but it's on the Storm. So another power play chance for the Nugs. For Dayton, Elliot Watrous. Crossing over to center, drops the puck off. Trying to move in, nifty stick work. And there's another shot, pad save, another shot, they score! And the goal scorer, Nico Amarantos, so Amarantos scoring a power play goal, and it is 6-1. We'll look to see if Allen remains in, although Nick Allen has been peppered since the early moments of the game. Here's another centering pass, but it's off the stick of the Nugs' Ryan Schroeder. There's another shot, stick save, and from the rebound, the Storm clear not out. Now it squirts free to center ice. Yeah, some of these goals not on Allen. He's been kind of at the mercy of the Nug offense here at some points of this game so far. A pass too far up ahead of the Nugs' James Anzano, but so it gets whistled down for icing. 10:15 to play in period number 2. Anzano will center for the Nugs, and it looks like Connor Hayes for the visiting Northeast Storm. There's a shot blocked in front on defense from the stick of Harrison Hamilton, I'm sorry. And as the puck is cleared, it carries the length of the ice for icing. At the 10-minute mark, 5 minutes into this second period, even. Nolan Berner taking the draw for the Storm against Anzano. Anzano wins it. Nugs trying to get it out. Back they come. Long right wing. It was Hamilton to make the Nug player veer off, and it's picked up on a loose puck by Duquette. Garrett Duquette trying to center the puck. Loose in front. Kahn was down, and he's able to cover and hold for a face-off. Vondran back on the ice along with Compton and Lutzy for the Nugs. And also coming on is Schock and McDonald. Nigel Horn centering for the Storm. From the face-off, puck kicks into the corner. Nugs ain't able to hook up on a pass the other way. Puck is still loose in the corner. Now Thomas picks it up. Thomas, the only goal scorer so far of this game for the Storm. Puck shot back into the Dayton zone. Bear trying to hold it in. Nugs able to carry across center. Poke checked away was Jackson Schock. The puck carries to center and back to get it for Dayton Tyler Compton. Compton at his own line for Schock. Schock over the line, shot, and a blocker save parried away by Allen. Puck tipped down the ice, McDonald after it. And it carries down for icing before he can catch up to it. And looks like 8:25 left in the period. Now Allen, there must have been maybe a prearranged splitting of this game, because now Neal is on the ice, Kevin Neal. So maybe they had intended to just split the two games, as we're almost at the midway point of this game. Now Neal comes in, and not as a result of the goals scored, but probably they had already decided to split the game up between the two. Trying to circle around front for a shot was Murrow, but he lost the handle. Murrow still digging at it, as is Hilkowitz, but the puck is chipped to center. Nugs circle back. They come back into the Storm zone. Shot off a stick wide. Picked up for the Nugs by John Hall. Hall right at the Storm line. Lost the handle. Now back is Duquette. But Duquette lost it. Now Thomas Bush for Beaver Creek. Around Duquette. Across center and into the Storm zone. Bush and a sizzle wide and almost knocked in off the skate of Neal. He just knocked it onto the back of his net, but he almost unwittingly tipped it in the net. He didn't see it. It came behind him, but fortunately for Neal, it didn't go in. Now here's a backhand attempt by Dan Murrow, but couldn't get good wood on it. Play the other way. Here's a slap shot wide for the Storm. 6:49 to play in the period. Nugs in yellow, leading at 6-1. Long shot from center was fanned on by Johnston of Northeast. Now another shot is wide. Martin tried to dig it free for the Storm. Kendall Day had it. And there's a whistle. And we will have a face-off. Maybe the puck tipped over the glass on that far end. So a face-off deep in the Dayton zone. Circle to the left of netminder Marty Kahn of the homestanding Nugs. Thomas of the Storm. Pass off a stick, intercepted. Nugs come back the other way. Working 1-on-3 was Hilkowitz, but has it, or check that, Anzano, and it's cleared down the ice for icing. Anzano for Dayton will take this face off deep in the Storm zone against Northeast Ryan Schroeder. Schroeder wins the face-off, back for teammate Riley Bear. Bear spelled B-E-H-R. Play behind the Dayton net at the other end. Held in by Jaden Thomas. Wrapped around to the right wing boards. Schroeder of Dayton. Left it ahead. Now another shot and a save by Neal's off his shoulder pad. Nugs hold it in. Here's a blast! And it's snared by Neal. Big shot from either Amarantos or Schumann. One of the two out from the right point near the blue line. New lines on the ice with the whistle. Hayes for the Storm against Lutzy. Back come the Storm the other way. Trying to chase the puck down behind the net was Duquette. Puck still loose in the Dayton zone. Puck held in for a shot from the left point and able to make the stop is Kahn, and he'll hold on. 4:45 to go in the second period. Nugs lead at 6-1. Last home game for the Dayton Nugs in this preseason club league. Connor Hayes left it for Hamilton. He got checked into the boards. Loose puck now along the right wing side. Nugs trying to fighting through a couple of defenders the other way, trying to stuff it in. And that was big Max Doxey. Boy, he had great individual effort a moment ago. Now the other way, the Storm trying to get something going, but the Nugs come back. Neal out of the net, cutting off the angle, shot up over the crossbar, high. That was A.J. Lutzy. Now Garrett Duquette dropped the puck off down the ice. There's Hayes' shot, and that's wide. Puck loose in the corner. Right wing side of the Nug zone. Nugs start out. There's a big blast that's turned aside. That was off the stick of Doxey. Checked into the boards was Vondren. Now coming away with the puck for the Nugs was Watrous. His shot smothered by Neal. And I've got a name correction. I had number 11 as for the Storm as Riley Bear, but it's actually Beal, B-E-H-L, not Bear. I apologize.
Yes, that would be his favorite right there.
So Riley Beal
Oh yeah, I'm totally
instead of Bear for the Storm.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine. Although tell him he wants to have
Puck wrapped down the ice. After it for the Nugs, Elliot Watrous. There's a shot by the Storm. Nigel Horn trying to get a whack at it before Kahn covers the puck. From the face-off, deep in the Dayton zone. Puck held in for a moment, but now back come the Nugs. There's a centering pass, backhander, and thwarted by goaltender Kevin Neal. Great play. He was able to break that play up by diving out of the crease and smothering the puck. So nice play by Kevin Neal to keep the Nugs off the board on that chance. Teammate Connor Hayes gives him a whack on the leg pad, saying, hey, good job. Burner for the Storm wins the draw back for Thomas, but Thomas tied up along the boards by Thomas Bush. Bush tied up, but retains possession. He dumps it behind the net, looking for teammate Hilkowitz. There's a shot right up against the side of the net as Beal and Hilkowitz exchange shoves, and then after the whistle they pat each other, say, hey, nothing doing there, no ill feelings on that. Thomas fighting with Anzano. Loose puck. Nugs pick it back up. Shot wide off the stick of, can't see the number from this vantage point. If they had sleeve numbers, I could have seen it, but it's the back numbers. Sometimes can't see it. Here's Neal again, just laying flat on the ice to cover up that puck as Beal checks to make sure that Neal's okay. Kevin Neal has played well in the net since coming in about 7 minutes ago. For the Storm, it's Blake Fingerhut. He lost the draw. Fingerhut trying to chip it out, but is checked. Nugs hold it in. Behind the net is Amarantos, Nico Amarantos, fighting for it. Amarantos trying to fight through a check. It's tripped up. Fingerhut tries to wrap it around down the ice, and he does, and this is going to be an icing violation on the Storm. With 1:11 left in the second period, the Nugs leading at 6-1 against the Northeast Storm of Columbus. Nigel Horn centering for the Storm against A.J. Lutzi. From the face-off, Amarantos has it pass off a stick. Picking it up, Schroeder of Dayton, centering, broken up by Hamilton of the Storm, and they clear the ice. Here they come. Horn is shot, and it's off the goalpost or the crossbar. I heard it, the ping all the way down here, so Nigel Horn almost scoring. Here's a shot off a stick high up over the glass, off the stick of Harrison Hamilton, and that'll result in a face-off with 31 seconds left in the second period. Jaden Thomas opened the scoring for the Storm about 56 seconds into the game, and it's been all Nugs since then, scoring 6 unanswered goals. I will say this is only the fourth game that this Storm team has played. Here's a cross-check penalty. The Nugs coming in at 5-3-1, so they've played over twice as many games together. As it looks like Chase Vondren going in for cross-checking. So Northeast on a power play. And now for the Nugs, Dan Murrow's tossed out of the face-off. And for the Storm, Riley Beal. Beal hits the ice, lost his stick, and now as the buzzer sounds the other end of the second period, Duquette hit the ice also, but I don't think there will be any more penalties. So when we start the third period, the Storm will have 1:48 of a man advantage. So 6-1 Nugs after 2. So in the second, Thomas Bush scored 2 goals within just a couple of minutes of each other, and then Amarantos. Anzano, Schumann, Compton, the other goals for Dayton, those coming in the first period, and the aforementioned Jaden Thomas open the scoring in the game inside the first minute of that first period. Marty Kahn, the crease nearest to us. Kevin Neal off to the far side, over yonder. Murrow takes the draw for Dayton. Here comes the Storm short-handed. Right on top of Kahn was Hayes, but he couldn't pull the trigger on the shot, lost the handle. Actually, it's the Storm on a power play chance for another minute 20. Neal sets it up. The Storm getting situated. And now they start back. There's a one-time shot, save Kahn, rebound backhander wide by Hayes. And now another whistle, and we've got do we have a penalty or what happened? I don't know what happened there. The puck was still in play. There was no penalty. I don't know why there was a stoppage, but at any rate, from the face-off, here's a screenshot by the Storm that gets blocked, and back comes Jackson Schock. Schock around a defender, short-handed. Trying to make a play, lost the handle. And covering the puck is Kevin Neal, the goaltender for Northeast. He'll hold on. 13:53 to play in this one. 6-1 Dayton Nugs. 42 seconds left in the Northeast power play. Max Doxey centering for the Nugs. Puck lost at center ice. Will McDonald tried to chip it ahead, but has it taken away. Back for the Storm is Beal, Riley Beal. Across center ice on the right wing, Beal shot, and it's just wide of the Dayton net. Lavelle fighting for it with Doxey. Kicks free now to Lutzy. A.J. Lutzy will clear the puck to center ice. Icing waved off as it could have been played by Beal, but it skipped over his stick. Penalty killed off. Now is Burner. Drop pass intercepted by Watrous. Watrous fighting along the boards with it. Bush in the scrum as well. Thomas Bush comes away with it. Bush will now circle back and reset the offense. Elliot Watrous at his own blue line. Left wing pass. Now for Jacob Hilkowitz. Back for Watrous. Watrous gives it off for Hilkowitz. Pass off a stick back down. Now behind his own net for the Nugs is Anzano. Anzano to Bush. Rink wide pass by McDonald. He picks it up. He backhands it down the ice. There's a Storm player down in the corner. It looks like he's okay. Play continues as they jab at the puck tied up in the corner. Puck still tied up. Now the Storm are able to carry the puck to center, but it's taken away by Hall of Dayton. Now the puck kicks into the corner. Bush in his own end will start out. Pass at center. Outlet to Hilkowitz. Now fighting through the slot area for Dayton and checking a a Storm player into the boards was Bush, but now we've got a whistle. And do we have a penalty? I believe we might. Hook, okay. And that is going to be who? That's going to be, I believe, I couldn't catch the number of the Storm player. It's a northeast penalty for hooking, so a power play chance for Dayton. Covering the puck was goaltender Neal, and we'll have a face-off. 11:07 to play, third and final period. A minute 55 remaining in the Dayton power play. They lead it 6-1. Loose puck. Tipped ahead by Amarantos. And now Nug players down and a whistle. What was the whistle? Were they offside? No, there was a whistle, maybe offside, but a face-off just outside the Storm zone. They shoot the puck down the ice, played by Marty Kahn. Pass up for big J.D. Schumann. Schumann crosses center. His shot is wide, wrist shot. Schumann trying to hold it in at the right point. Has it poke checked away. It's still in the Storm zone. Shot, pad save. And Neal will cover. A minute 15 left in the Dayton power play. Dan Murrow centering for the Nugs. Puck held in by Schock. Now here's Watrous' shot wide, and check that was, I'm sorry, Hilkowitz, Jacob Hilkowitz. And it's cleared down the ice by the Storm. Penalty killing. Kahn will leave it in the corner now for Schumann. Pass by Compton off a stick right back down the ice. Starting out for Dayton, Chase Vondran. Vondran has to circle back. Now on right wing for Schumann. Rink wide pass for Compton. Back for Schumann, right point. Sidesteps an opponent, pulls the trigger, and the save by Kevin Neal. 12 seconds left in the Dayton power play. And 8:24 to go in the third period. Anzano back with his line for the Nugs against Connor Hayes. Nugs have to retreat as the puck came out to center. Now they come back over behind the net. That's Anzano. There's a shot by Watrous and it was blocked. McDonald takes a whack at it from the left point. It's wide. Penalty killed off by the Storm. Now they try to come back the other way. There was big Will McDonald to break that up for the Nugs. Now McDonald and Nigel Horn fight for it along the boards. Horn goes to one knee, trying to get control of it. McDonald and Anzano fighting for it. Max Doxey trying to prod at the puck. Horn knocks down Watrous as they collide. McDonald, pass off the boards. It's a shot blocked on defense off from the stick of Beal of the Storm. McDonald wraps it around for Doxey. Mac Doxey collides with a Storm player. Puck still in the Dayton zone. Burner trying to chop at it, but is unable to. Storm, there's a trip, and that's going to be Kendall Day. I was going to say, I think they would have to call that. Looks like a trip as he, with a stick, just tripped the Nug player up. I believe there'll be a penalty on that, I think. Or will there be? Yeah, there it is. So that's Kendall Day as he, with a stick, tripped the Nug player up as he skated past him. So a 2-minute power play again for Dayton with 7:40 to play. In an afternoon doubleheader. Nugs won the first game. I think the score was 9-0, but we kind of lost track, and the scorekeeper, I don't think, changed the total a couple times, so we weren't sure on that. It was 7-8 or 9-0. And then in this one, though, we're on balance as far as the score, knowing what it is. It is 6-1 in favor of the Nugs. There's the shot that's covered by Neal. A.J. Lutzy centering for the Nugs on this power play. From the face-off, Nugs on a one-man advantage for another minute 15. Bush hits the ice. There's a whistle, and there's going to be a face-off. I don't know if the puck flipped up over the glass. Face-off just outside the Dayton zone. It'll be Murrow wrestling with it on the face-off. Kahn will leave it over for Hall. John Hall shot down the ice, and that's going to be icing against the Nugs. That's something you don't want to do when you have a power play chance, is ice the puck as it brings the face-off all the way back on your end of the rink. Dan Moreau against Connor Hayes. Here's Moreau, right wing. Moreau into the corner, fighting off Beal. Beal pins him to the boards. Nugs trying to get the puck in front. Kevin Neal is down, and it looks like he's got the puck covered up, so that'll result in a stoppage of play. 32 seconds remain in the power play chance, and 6:12 in the game. Dayton Nugs, yellow sweaters and black trunks, lead at 6-1 over Northeast Storm of Columbus. Puck held in by Watrous. Puck tied up in the slot. There's Murrow, a shot, and that's a pad save covered up by Neal. In the last home action for the Nugs of this 2020 fall preseason league, these players coming from various high schools all the way across Columbus, Dayton, and Cincinnati. And they will return to their respective high schools when the season starts. There was Schumann trying to work the puck in front. Flips up into the netting, and then it will be a face-off. Circle to the right of Kevin Neal. There's a Storm player tripped up, and is that going to be a penalty? Looks like a Storm player hit the ice after that face-off. So is that a trip? Was that a penalty? Or
Yep.
okay. I believe it was Anzano on the trip, as it looked like he headed to the bench. So right from that face-off, Anzano's stick blade trips up the Storm player, and he's in the cooler for a couple of minutes. With 5.5 to play. At this point, the Storm probably trying to see if they can make the score a little more respectable and get some momentum, at least, trying to come out of this game. Here's big J.D. Schumann. Puck shot along to the boards at center, and now for the Nugs, Compton flips it up over the boards, and we'll have a face-off. 1:17 left in the power play. 4:47 left in the third period. Face off right at center. It's Chase Vondren for Dayton. Lost the draw. Storm carry in. They have a one-man power play chance. For another minute, Will McDonald for Dayton slides it to center. Now chipping it back is Hall. And another whistle. Now looks like we have another penalty. That's been a long afternoon for these two teams. And it looks like Vondren is saying, hey, what did I do? And Chase Vondren heads in for 2 minutes. So for 51 seconds, Northeast will have a two-man power play, and then for another minute 9 seconds, a one-man power play. So 5-on-3, the Storm. And honest to goodness, I don't know why they don't pull a goaltender, make it 6-on-3, tell you the truth, down by 5 goals with 4 minutes to play, but I'm not the coach. Puck carried in behind the net by Beal. Beal being harassed by John Hall. Beal. Right pass on the right wing, save by Kahn on the shot by Berner. Left point, wind up, fires, and looking for Berner for a tip. But Berner shot is wide. Storm hold it in, another wind up and a shot up off the blocker pad and over the glass. Would you do that, Jeff? Make it 6-on-3, down 4 to. Would you do that? Make it pull the goalie, make it 6-on-3. You're down by 5 with 4 minutes left. It would be storm the Bastille against Marty Kahn in the net if they were 6-on-3. Now back is a shot by the Nugs, and they score! And that is Max Doxey. Wow, working short-handed by 2, but Doxy is able to score a short-handed goal and make it 7-1. The Storm's still on a power play with for another 45 seconds. Puck tied up behind the northeast net. Storm on a one-man advantage for another 20 seconds. Back they come. Being shoved off the puck, but recovering was Beal, as it was big J.D. Schumann. Schumann gets the loose puck, comes back with it, trying to work straight up the gut. Schumann still has it. J.P. Schumann flips it into the corner. Penalties killed off, so a two-man power play for the Storm only yields a shorthanded goal, but for the Dayton Nugs, just under 2 minutes to play. There's another player hitting the ice along the left wing boards in the Storm zone. Results in a whistle. As I mentioned earlier, the Storm of Northeast just getting together. This is only their 4th game. There was a penalty on that play for Dayton. We saw a Storm player down on the ice along the boards, so that is probably where the infraction occurred. We have just a minute and a half left in the game, and for the balance of that, there will be a power play for the Storm unless they score. Which would kill the rest of the penalty off. Back come the Northeast Storm the other way. It's Kendall Day ridden into the boards. Now Connor Hayes comes over with it, centers, a shot, and a save by Kahn. Nice hookup from Hayes to Day, but Kahn is able to knock it down with his upper body and cover the rebound. We also would like to send out a thank you to the Northeast coach, Jeff Christian, for helping us with their rosters this afternoon for the doubleheader. Under a minute to go. Storm on a power play. Nugs take a shot, and it's wide. Now back comes Northeast. Can they get a scoring chance here before the game expires? Nigel Horn fighting for it with big Elliot Watrous in the corner. Horn comes away with it. His centering pass broken up. 10 seconds left. There's a shot saved by Marty Kahn as he kicks out the left skate and then pounces on it with a mitt. 4 seconds, face off deep in the Dayton zone. One last opportunity for the Storm to try to get a shot off, as they have a one-man power play. From the draw, it's shot down the ice by Nico Amarantos, and that'll do it. So a very successful doubleheader for the Dayton Nugs, winning 9-0 and 7-1. Tough day for the visiting Northeast Storm, but we wish them well wishes as they head back to the capital city. And we appreciate them coming down here to a Sportsplex to play this doubleheader, as these club teams try to pick up games. It's just a loosely based preseason league, exhibition season, if you will, for these conglomerations of high school players as they congratulate each other after this one ends. A quick scoring summary before we wrap things up. For the Northeast Storm, it was Jaden Thomas opening the scoring in the game at 56 seconds in, just into the first period, to give the Storm a 1-0 lead. But then 7 unanswered goals by the Storm, Anzano, Schumann, and Compton in the first period, 2 by Thomas Bush, and 1 by Nico Amarantos in the second period, and then Max Doxey, a shorthanded goal, actually a goal scored when the Nugs were shorthanded by 2 players late in that third period. So final score 7-1, the Dayton Nugs. The winning goaltender on this one, Marty Kahn. The loser will be the starter, Kevin Neal. Nick Allen. Nick Allen was the starter today, relieved by Kevin Neal, but Allen is credited with the loss on that one, as he was the starting goaltender. Nugs take a couple of team photos before they clear the ice. So once again, as we wrap things up, for engineer webmaster Jeff Duford, I'm Kent Jacobs from the Sportsplex at South Metro in Centerville. Again, the final score, the Dayton Nugs 7 and the Northeast Storm 1. Thank you for joining us for Dayton Nugs Hockey on the Dayton Academy Hockey YouTube channel, and good afternoon.